First of all, I'm Corey Gibson, head men's basketball coach at Austin Peay State University. That doesn't mean much, okay? I'm just a person standing in the gap here. Somebody had that position before me, and somebody's gonna have it after me, okay? My job is to make sure that while I'm standing in the gap, is to leave it better than I found it, okay? And when it comes to these three pillars of our purpose-driven program and our culture, that right there really resonates with me and how I was brought up in my upbringing, okay? Now, I want you to imagine something. I want you to think about driving through the countryside on a sunny day and you're going to visit a new friend that you never met, and they've moved into a new neighborhood. And we all have iPhones now. And so you put it into your MapQuest, your GPS, okay? And you get close, right? And as you're getting close, you're looking at your maps, but the next thing you know, it doesn't take you to your destination. How does that feel? Right? It's happened to all of us. We depend so much on maps. Think about that. Before we had an iPhone and we had that map, we used MapQuest, and we still got lost. Right? So I got lost so much early in my career coaching this profession. The one day I pulled over on the side of the road and I was very frustrated and I pondered. I said, you know what, these maps aren't worth a darn. But it wasn't just about that literally. I had to process. I said, you know what? I need a compass. I don't have to have a description of where I'm going. I just need to know what direction I'm going. And once I got in the position that I'm in life, this has become the compass of our program. And that's servanthood, brotherhood, and unconditional love. The first thing we're going to talk about is servanthood. You can see our guys right here serving the community of Clarksville, Tennessee. In order to come into this program as a staff member or a student athlete on our roster, this has to really resonate with you. This has to be in your DNA. Okay, it's in my DNA. And when we build an organization, it has to be equally yoked. But as you can see here, you can see the faces on the young men that we have in the program. They're very happy doing it. They're engaging with the children. They're having fun. The thing about serving, servants don't choose to serve. They don't choose to serve. Serving is a destiny. And one thing that we all have to understand is this. We don't have to be great to serve, but we got to serve to be great. People always ask me, Coach, how good are we going to be this year? Do you know how often I get asked that in a day? I can't count it on both hands. Anybody that meet me for the first time, anybody that knows me, how good are we going to be, Coach? And I tell them the same thing every time. All I can tell you is that we're going to get in this community and serve the best way we can. And if we serve right, then that'll translate to the hardwood. If we serve right, that'll translate to any organization that we're a part of. And that's why that's the top pillar of our compass. Right there with the Habitat for Humanity. Now people say, Coach, are you military? I say, no, ma'am, I'm not. Coach, are you military? No, sir, I'm not. Why you wear those pants? Right? Coach, we see you coaching in those pants. I said, that's right. They said, why you wear them? I said, you know, we're in a military town. We got Fort Campbell military base right there connected to us. And you wouldn't believe the young kids that we see come to our basketball camps that are lonely. They feel left out. Because the other kids that come to our camps, their parents drop them off and pick them up. Their parents are deployed. Somebody else is dropping them off. And so what I do is I wear these pants to pay homage to their parents. See, sometimes we misconstrue serving. Sometimes serving is just paying homage while somebody is living. It's not about that John Deere letter coming. They're living right now. And see, those little kids sometimes, just because I wear these pants, they think mommy cool now. They think daddy a cool person. Hey, coach, why you wear those pants? Because your mama is a cool person. She's serving our country. So just want to set the record straight about servanthood. When it comes to brotherhood, we all have a common interest. We're all equally yoked in that. Right here, we're in Barcelona, Spain, this past August. And as you can see, we're all locked up in every frame because we're true brothers, okay? And as a staff and as an organization, we're all about that, the true brotherhood, okay? Now, after every game, it was consensus. The directors from Madrid, fans from Madrid, they said one thing after every game after they watched us play, after they watched us lock up in brotherhood. You know what they said after the game? They said, Coach, we love the brotherhood. We never mentioned it. We never yelled it out that we're brothers, but they saw it on us. See, whatever we live by, we don't have to speak it. Yeah, it's on my shirt. That doesn't mean much, but we got to live it. But the fact that we were over in Madrid, Spain, Barcelona, Spain, and after every game, fans, coaches, and players, etc., say, Coach, we love the brotherhood. They saw it on us. And so whatever we decide as an organization, what our pillars are, we have to make sure that we live it and we walk it. And people will see it on us. Okay, the best book that somebody can ever read is us. We have to be an open book and we have to be transparent about who we are. Okay, now, I want you to see something that happened yesterday when it comes to brotherhood. This is 1:52 p.m. yesterday. Yoda, come out here, Yoda. This is Yoda. He's from Japan. Give Yoda a hand. So Yoda is a manager in our program. And let me tell you, he's a tireless worker, relentless worker, okay? He never says no to anybody on our staff or in our organization, never. He's a real brother, the greatest example of it. Our guys respect him so much that they surprised him yesterday with a motor scooter. See, that's real brotherhood. They know it before they come in the program. We talk about it while we're in the program, and we hold each other accountable to it. And so now, this is not something that we organize as a coach, as a staff. They did this on their own. You understand? And this young man, to give you an example how hard he works and how much of a real brother he is, around the clock, he's meeting our guys inside F&M Bank Arena. Around the clock. Yesterday, one of our guys, Isaac Haney, he went to Yoda. He said, Yoda, I got to set up a time with you to get inside the bank. Yoda said, He's a man of very few words. If you notice, he hadn't said a word since he'd been out here. And so Haney was waiting for a response. Yoda did the same thing. He said, well, Yoda, what time can I get in there? He said, I think 3:30. Haney said, okay. Yoda said, I mean 3:30 a.m. See, Yoda is booked up so much with our guys and with his personal schedule. The only time slot he had available was 3:30 a.m. Instead of Yoda saying, I'm too busy, Haney, I can't get in there with you. He was a real brother and say 3:30 a.m. slot, I got it for you if you want it. Give Yoda a hand for that. Thank you, Yoda. That's what real brotherhood is all about. Now, the last pillar, unconditional love. When it comes to unconditional love, there's no strings attached. It's not about what we can gain. It's not about a benefit. It's about true unconditional love. if you play this next slide, I want you to watch this closely now. I want you to see Hansel Emmanuel dancing on both screens. Do you all see that? How special is that? Right? Pause that for me. Go back to it, please. That's fine right there. Now, in this slide, Hansel Emmanuel did not get 1 ounce of playing time in that game. That's unconditional love. Come out here, Hansel. Give Hansel a hand. Hansel is a global icon. Hansel has millions of followers around the world. Okay? He has a NIL package that will blow you out of your mind. Okay? He came to play for us at Northwestern State University in Louisiana as a freshman. And when he first came to us, Hansel didn't get any playing time. But after that game, after we won that tournament, he was the first one up leading the chant. See, that's unconditional love. That expression, that energy wasn't based off of him getting playing time. That was based off of him having unconditional love for his brothers. That was based off of him being a real brother to his brothers. That was based off of him serving his brothers and having served with his brothers. But now on the other slide, he got some playing time that game. But you see, the energy was the same. That's what being unconditional was all about. That's very important. And we have to walk that walk. And see, I'm going to tell you something else about Hansel. Hansel, because he has an unconditional heart, the last 5 games of that season, he started. He started those games. He went from not playing to starting because his heart was pure. And he's able to pass some people up. In life, we can stunt our growth if we don't have unconditional love for others. Now, because he didn't play as much as some thought he should have, been a global icon, a lot of eyes on us, he was told, don't go with them to Austin Peay. You can go somewhere where you can play more. When we made the transition here. But because he has unconditional love for this staff, he said, Coach, he's from Dominican Republic. He said, Coach, I'm with you. I love you, Coach. I'm coming to Austin Peay. Give him a hand for that. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. See, that's powerful. And I'm telling you, as a young coach, sometimes we have to make hard decisions. And I've never told Hansel this. Me and the staff, we were ridiculed for taking Hansel. You all are just taking him to be a dog and pony show. But let me tell you, Hansel has made me a much better coach than what I am. He inspired me and this team and this organization, this campus, this community, this world, more than we can ever fathom. There's no reason for us to make an excuse when it comes to unconditional love, when you got something like that being the greatest example. But what we have to do in this life is that when we're over any organization, when we're the leader of any organization, we have to define our pillars. And that's something that resonates with you. Wherever you decide that is, don't let anybody change your mind on it. Don't let them change the verbiage. That's something that's near and dear in your heart. So as the leader of Austin Peay State University men's basketball program, my job was to come in and define the culture. That's my job. Now, the staff that I hired, okay, their job is to defend what I have defined. Follow me now. If I'm talking too fast, listen slow. I'm going to say it one more time. When we're the head of an organization, our sole job is to define the culture. Why do we have to define it? Because that's the compass. That gives the direction. After we define it, We have to surround ourselves with people that will defend it. It doesn't do me any good to define it if my circle doesn't defend it. But what I'll tell you is, you don't have a fracture in your foundation if the people in your circle are defending it, because we just showed you slides of our guys demonstrating it. That's the key. Had I got up here and talked about servanthood, brotherhood, and unconditional love, but didn't show you slides of our guys defending it and demonstrating it, I'm just talking cliche. But our guys are out there serving in the community. Okay, Hansel is showing unconditional love whether he gets playing time or not. And that's the key. Let's make sure we keep fighting the good fight. Let's make sure we keep serving. Let's be true brothers and sisters to each other. And let's keep that unconditional love intact. And I love you and thank you. God bless you.